Sometimes you need Grover Washington Jr., Mr. Magic happening. And you know why you need it? You need it because without that de stress, what ends up happening? Too much stress. And so for me, Mr. Magic fits the bill every single time. Welcome to Community Connection via Talkity Town Radio Vision with Michael Diablo Luthers, owner, operator. My name is Colette Boston, and next to me in the middle is the absolutely phenomenal Kim Sue Dunn. And over on the other side is the absolutely incredible Chuck Finance.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
I know. I know somebody called Chuck Finance.
We're gonna have a great week today. We're gonna have a great week. Listen, I feel I should have had my wig on, my locked wig or my I don't know. I'm looking different. Maybe I should be in the middle. I'm looking.
Break up the black and white a little bit.
All right, but we're gonna have a good time. Miss Colette, thank you for having me on again, and Miss Kim Sue. Let's do this. Let's
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
let's do this.
Yes.
Let's rock it.
What is it about today? Women entrepreneurs and female leadership. Yes.
Yes.
We need to talk about it. It doesn't get talked about enough. And we're not talking about from the feminist lens. We're talking about the womanist lens. The feminist is about just the females, but the womanist is about the family. And that's the lens that we're going with. And Kim Sue, absolutely phenomenal.
Oh well, thank you, darling.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I call her the guru. She is whatever you're going through, whatever you need. Miss Kim Sue seems to be the answer.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Is that a T-shirt?
It sure is.
Kim Sue is the answer.
Get you a Kim Sue is the shirt.
Oh God. Okay, here we go. Got another note. Got to write that down. Got it.
So we have been trying to get you on here for a little bit of a moment.
That's right. That's right.
But you know, everything in its time.
And I'm here for divine timing.
You know, what I love is not only how you deal with things, but your wisdom. Your wisdom is absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I have to say, first of all, thank you very much to the radio station and to both of you for inviting me to come in and share with your community today. This is extra special on the first day of spring.
Can we talk about that?
Hello.
That's correct.
And my first interview to spring off this year. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Do we know how to do it or what?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So major gratitude with great timing.
Wow.
With great
I love
timing.
it.
So it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
And spring, and then we have the female energy.
Oh,
You're so
God.
inclusive of this. You're
Listen,
so.
maybe do I need to get in the middle of this? So let's talk about this real quick.
Yes.
The summer, the winter is the sleeping time.
Correct.
Spring is the awakening.
Correct.
So we are here today, and we are going to be awakened by you and your energy and your knowledge. So we're going to be stepping into this whole new season, so that we hope that you can bring us something, and I know you can bring us something that's going to help us all
Definitely
understand who we are when we wake up in the morning. What is that song? Morning, Mr. Algero. Morning, Mr. Radio.
Hey, you know what? The thing is that what we're going to do is we might even put that song on for you.
Oh yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
Happy songs.
Yes. Let's bring the
Happy
vibe. Let's infect the community.
That's what I'm saying.
And Miss Boston, I have to give you a compliment. I'm always giving you compliments.
Well, thank you.
Gonna hit the button. Miss Boston. All day I was listening to Gil Scott. So just letting you know, I'm in this Gil Scott mode. And what I had to do is right before I left, I had to put something else on because Gil puts you in this mode. So I didn't want to come here with the mode.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I have to agree with you.
And it's if you've never heard Gil Scott, please.
Oh, now we might just
listen
have
to some of his
music.
things, and it's just amazing. And you listen to the music and the composition and the things that he was saying,
and how he was saying it.
Yes, how he was saying it. So
you know, oftentimes when you deal with womanism. The family is a great big part, but with the womanist point of view, it's also about the woman as well, and that is what is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know. And so for me, when I hear that the revolution will not be televised, I have to wonder, why will the revolution not be televised? We have some Gil Scott Heron who's going to be giving us a little bit of a clue about why.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
That right there says so much. And with that, I'm going to follow that up with Black Girl. And there was a song called Black Girl, but it came from the movie that starred Leslie Uggams as Black Girl. And I'm going to put that on right now.
And you can actually see that movie. I think
Yes,
it's
you
on
can.
YouTube. Yes.
Yes, you can.
I think it's on YouTube.
Yes,
Black
you
Girl.
can. It's one of the prettiest songs I've heard. And okay, I'll send it right now. All right.
So we're gonna get into
Before
entrepreneurship,
we
womanhood.
are. But we're gonna do Black Girl first, and then after that, we wanted to set the mood. We had a song that got us distressed. Then we had another song that talked about the revolution not be televised. Now, because a woman's mouth,
Black girl,
we're talking about black girl.
where do you think you're going to? Young girl, where is your imagination taking you? Do you think that the clouds around you are gonna let you fly?
The woman who's singing is Betty Everett.
Don't you know what can happen to a black girl who sets her eyes too high? What is your program, girl?
everyone that's watching, thank you. We'll be talking about female leadership, and we're going to be talking about female entrepreneurs.
It's hard to do.
Black.
Are you sure that you can dream of something better than what's laid out for you? What are you thinking,
But we want to say that, Mike is doing so much in the background. And when we have to talk to him, sometimes.
He's a one-man band.
Yeah, he is. He is. Poor Mike.
He's doing the lights.
He's
doing the AV. He's doing everything.
He's doing the photography, the videography.
We appreciate you, Mike.
Yes,
we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In appreciation.
Yes, because what a lot of people don't understand is when you start something, especially during the pandemic, you're not expecting it to last. And when it does, then you have to come up with another plan. So Mike has been doing what he has to do to make this a lasting enterprise. And he has been very successful in it. And we just want to thank Mike for all that he does. Give him his cologne.
His cologne squirts.
Right.
Give him squirt bottle, yes.
Yes, give him his cologne while he is yet alive.
His splashes. We're going to give you your splashes, Mike.
So you were talking about Black female entrepreneurship.
So, I always talk about the home. And what we're going to get into is the understanding of how powerful Black entrepreneurship starts with women. How they had to do so much with so less. And their entrepreneurship, their ingenuity, the way they thought, and the things that they came across to make $2 last into $4 and things like that. And that's where that entrepreneur spirit really comes from, coming from the home. And that's one thing that we really have to take a look at. And that's what, again, the appreciative aspect of knowing that Black women, 22% are leading when it comes to Black females leading to entrepreneurship. 35% of Black-owned businesses are women. Mm-hmm. So you have to give credit. That's what it's all about, knowing that it all starts in the home, in the mind. And so give yourselves a round of applause.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely, of course.
Thank you. I think we want to welcome Joan Cato into the room. She said, "Good night, everyone. Blessings, Colette, Boston, and crew." And you're correct. It is a crew. Who knows what's going to come from this?
So I've been struggling over here. The mic is like, okay, I'm going to do feedback. So I'm going to readjust myself because one of the things I love about life is it prepares you for life.
Okay.
Because anything can happen. And when we get so practiced in these lives, we can just go out into the world and be boastful. Because anything can happen. And I really enjoy that about lives. I really do. This has been, in my career, one of the funnest contributions in my community is to go live no matter what.
Correct. And no matter what happens, I say real life happens. All kinds of stuff are happening. Sometimes we're able to get everything perfect. Other times, no, it's not perfect. But what I like about lives is that you see us real. It's not fake. It's not engineered.
Yes.
This is the real deal.
Yes.
So we want to welcome into the room Sharon Costello Edwards. She says, watching with you. Fiona Elder. Good night, everyone, and blessings. Alexis Terrell Love it. Sharon Costello Edwards, powerful song. Leon Watson says, turn down the music when you are talking. Thank you, Leon. I will try and do that. And then Alexis Tyrell says, right song at the right time. And then Sharon gave us a muscle, and Desiree Allison is like, hello. And then Ingrid, Reverend Ingrid Harad Van Cernema is glory. And we are very blessed to have the audience. You know, when we talk about female entrepreneurship, what one of the first questions that comes to mind is why? Why did you go into the field or fields that you decided to go into, Kim Sue?
I want to be very honest.
Please do.
I had no idea I was going into anything. I am the product of several contributions for entrepreneurship.
Okay.
My grandmother, being a Trinidadian market woman,
Okay.
paved the way. My grandfather, being a Korean tradesman,
Okay.
paves the way for there's another way beside going into an office. Here's another perspective. So having that lens gave me, hey, yes, go and try out the practical ways that you've already seen modeled. And remember, there's this other way that your grandmother showed you. You can buy land. You can take care of your family. You can experience everything as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And it was exceptional to have that as a foundation.
You know, it's funny that you talk about the marketplace because my grandmother was a marketplace woman. She took care of her whole entire family with that and died young because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because she took on the whole entire, everything got paid through her.
Oh, yeah.
People owed her so much when she died. And they never ever paid it back to her children. But her children were paid forward because of all the sacrifices of my grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
I can honestly say this is one of the things I wish I could have met her. I wish I could have met her. But I think that she was like me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was a go-getter. And she didn't take nonsense. And if you're going to be in that marketplace, you can't.
I believe so. I believe it toughens your skin up in any marketplace once you're coming in to serve God's creation, right? So if we look at ourselves as consumers, we will see our patterns in how we serve our families, which is the home structure you were talking about. So home with your family prepares you to go into the marketplace and transact, whether it's in relatability. I have to relate to the bus driver, relate to my teachers.
Negotiation.
Right, definitely.
That's the word,
and home will do that for you.
Negotiation.
Either you will learn it in the home, all of the principles to take into the marketplace, or you will go into the marketplace unseasoned and experience will teach you.
That is, experience is, it can be a harsh teacher, but it is one of the best teachers. Because if it's a good experience, you want to repeat it. If it's not, you really do not.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to talk about emotions with women.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not just talking about what happens monthly, or once a month. I'm talking about, for instance, yesterday I got an award. I had no idea I was going to get an award. And it was a certificate of appreciation. This is it right here. And thank you. And I looked my absolute worst. When I say my absolute worst, I mean my absolute worst. And I was looking at the picture and I was like, Colette, you were really going through something, because why did you go out the house looking like this? Why was it okay? And I realized I was really stressed. Mm-hmm. And I was so stressed, I didn't even realize how stressed I was. How does a female entrepreneur get past that stress?
Ooh, right. Just start with the fully loaded.
She's not asking me, she's asking you. She said, how does a female? She's asking you.
Oh, you're like, okay, fine. Actually, I like it. You know why? Because in several ways. We are so multifaceted,
Come on.
right?
Women, we are.
Right? And
Especially black women.
thank you. Leave it up to a woman in quicksand to discover some vine. Some vine and be like, oh, I'm gonna use that and get myself out. Just it's innately so. Innately so for females.
Right.
It is the emotional balance we don't know we have but tap into all the time.
Or we don't understand what we're tapping into, but
All
when
the
we
time.
when we tap into it, it gets our blood roaring. Mike was telling me the other day, he said, why is it that all of a sudden you will come with this burst of energy and you have to get this done? I don't know. When I tap into that, that's where I am. You know? And women, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
When you don't feel like doing the dishes, but your mother-in-law is coming, do you tap into that energy and get that whole house spick and span and add things that you would never have even thought of doing? That it's like a touch of genius because you had to make sure that when she came in through that door, she had nothing to say.
Hello.
I think about Martin when Grandma Payne used to come over and Gina
Lord.
used to
Mama
have to-
Payne.
Mama Payne, she would come over and she'd have to clean up. Well, I'm going to add on to that because Colette, you're absolutely right. Again, what we do is we look at the that feminine energy that creates.
Mm-hmm.
The feminine energy creates, and when you look at all of that, and this is what I like when people they don't understand it, but they acknowledge it. Sometimes you don't have to understand, but just acknowledge that
Right.
there's something greater than me.
Right.
I might not be able to explain it, but I can tap into that because time and time again, as life prepares you for life, I've had to tap into that, and I know that I can keep tapping into that because it's a source, it's a well of that will always be there as long as I just acknowledge it. A lot of us don't acknowledge it.
Well, I think that is the feminine part of us that we do not acknowledge as men. And as women, we say, oh, we already have the femininity, but what we're not looking at is the intuition.
Yes.
That intuition is a whole nother ball game because it will get us to understanding our genius and understanding what is the best parts of us. I want to welcome into the room Wendy Spencer and Joan Cato. Thank you. She said, congratulations. Alexis Tyrell said, yes, we are. And Desiree Allison, hand claps. And Sharon Costello Edwards is doing hand claps as well. And I just want to say, you know, when we are able to tap into that intuition, how do we take the very best of that part of the intuition and make it into something that's viable? Whether it is for food, whether it is for a business, whether it is for a hobby, how do we stay in that space?
How do you stay in your intuitive zone?
Yes.
Like I found it. Oh my gosh, I found it.
Yes.
I always say, once you found it, it's possible at that very moment. First, I go back a little bit. The idea means it's possible.
Okay.
Where did the idea come from, right?
Yes.
That's the creative juices saying another possibility. To stay there is why I spoke to you today about celebration.
Yes.
We forget to celebrate the little simple things. And I went through this with some of my mentees last year. Simple things like, you know, I got a good grade. But did you tell anybody? Did you go out have pizza around it? Did you go out and do a dance in your dorm about it? Simple practices, right? So you're just paying homage to, hey, I have this intuition. So you can start to feed into it. Now, if you have no one there cheering you on, right? You're going to have to look inside yourself for regular daily activities to celebrate. We have to build that muscle for ourselves. We have to practice the process. So that way celebration is just a part of life. People know you for that. Hey, I got an acclamation, right? Hey, let's celebrate Colette. Let's go do something. Hey, my brother here got a new promotion, a new car even.
Right.
Let's go celebrate that. We need the practice of celebration.
Come on. Come on.
How do you instill in someone to let them know that it's okay to do that? See, that's our problem. We feel that we shouldn't celebrate our victories.
Oh, yeah.
So what we do is we look at plateaus. So there's the climb and then there's the plateau. The plateau is the rest moment. That's where the celebration comes in. But again, what we have a tendency of doing is downplaying those celebratory moments where we have to start again figuring out that it's okay to do your dance. It's okay to do the George Jefferson walk. It's okay to do the snap. It's okay. And why are you doing it? I'm doing it because I've achieved this milestone.
Yes.
Well, hey, can I get some of that?
Yeah.
You know, I might not have climbed with you, but can I have some of that? And that's what I look at. What we can do, Colette, is what I think from my point is we should be able to sit down and journal those moments and what was going on so that you can understand that, okay, maybe if I put myself in this type of situation again, maybe that intuition will bounce off.
Definitely.
One of the things that I do is there are certain things that I can't do throughout the day, but I can do at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I mean, we're talking about moments of knowing who you are, knowing your spirituality, knowing your body, knowing that for me to really tap into that intuition, that emotion, maybe at 2 o'clock in the morning is the time that my brain is like really open.
I have
And you're
to
less
agree.
resistant to what's
Yes.
coming for you in
Yes.
that hour. That's such a wonderful time. I always say, if you can catch yourself,
Yes.
Come
if you
on.
can catch yourself
That's it.
between 1 a.m.
Yes,
and 3 a.m.
Yeah.
If you can catch yourself. Folks say to me all the time, I don't know why I'm up, but are you listening to you? You got something to
got
say
it.
to you.
Got it.
You might want to listen to yourself. Self is saying,
got it.
it's
Got
quiet now.
Got it.
The siren stopped.
Yes.
Let's talk.
You're listening.
Come on.
You're listening.
Come
You're
on.
open and you're receptive.
You know, now that you talk about that, I used to get some of my best ideas during that time, and where I would just be inspired by something, where I would listen and I would hear something, and the next thing you know, I'm writing it. You know what I think is, it says our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others around you won't feel insecure.
That's right.
We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles. And that's the other thing. Miracles happen during that time
Oh, yeah.
of spiritual insight. So now you have the spiritual insight. You have tapped into it. You reach a plateau. How do you get off of that plateau?
Remember your steps you took to get there. Remember yourself.
Oh, come
Remember
on.
yourself.
Right. The process.
It's like millionaires say, right? Oh, yeah. The process to the million was whatever it took. But
Right.
hallelujah, I got to a million. Hallelujah. And then what do? As he said, I go back to that journal. It gave me a clear path to this celebratory moment of $1 million, didn't it? That same. And sometimes it's like 17 journals. Sometimes it's like 20 journals, and some of them in crates, or it's at your mama house, but it all was a light onto your path. All of it was all telling you the same story to the same place. Because the dreams don't change. The desires don't change.
Well said.
Right? Meaning God doesn't change. And God is not like man that he should lie, so we're going to get it.
Come on.
We're going to
come
get
on,
it. We're going to get it
come
good.
on.
What we're looking at is, and I talk about this all the time, we're looking at a belief system. And again, you might not understand it, but works. It's just, if you just trust it, I don't know why I'm getting up and going to
Yeah.
Talk of the Town tonight. I don't know why I'm turning on to listen. There's something that there's someone that Colette has that I might need to listen to. And after that, it's like, you know what? I needed those 2 hours. I don't know why I was logging in. I don't know why I was turning in, but I needed those 2 hours. And that's the belief, knowing that I might not understand what's going on, but I needed that.
That's interesting you said that. That ties right into what you were asking initially, right? How do we hold on to that when you're younger? You're not in the safest environment, maybe, right? Or maybe there are no examples of a vast array of possibilities, right? I can speak for myself. Coming to the US without a green card and without a social security number, I felt I had limited possibilities. Right? As a female, I'm watching my friends in junior high school and high school, and they can do things, and it doesn't mean I can't do things. I am not in an environment where they're saying, there's more you can do. So I didn't know, right? But I tell you what, it took for a female teacher to see me. It took for a female teacher to see me and say, I see you. I see what you can do. And she made me so believe in myself.
Right, that's it.
I got all the way to FIT. You understand? So sometimes we're in a season of limiting belief because that's what God says it will take in this season to get to the next level, right? And we judge our levels. You know how we do that? Those humble beginnings, we judge them. That's really why we're not celebrating every moment.
Okay.
But over here talking about, oh, well, it's just a car. My neighbor got a Benz. I only bought a brand new Honda. It's a brand new Honda. Anyway, I digress, right?
No, she's completely correct. I was talking to, last year we had some civil rights icons on the show in February. And I asked her, I said, why did you stop talking about your experiences? She said, I was embarrassed that we had been arrested. And I said, but that was one of the most iconic parts of the story. She said, I know. But it took, she said, you bringing it to light again has stirred up that fire in me again, that I have to keep on fighting. And I said that sometimes you think we're just kind of cruising through life sometimes. And sometimes we've got to be stopped, like with a hard stop.
Yeah, man.
And sometimes the stop is illness. Sometimes the stop is that a bad decision playing out. Sometimes the stop is that other people see you going in a very bad area, and they know that if you fulfill what you're trying to do in that moment, it's going to change the trajectory of your life forever.
Oh, yeah.
The great thing is that even when you make the mistakes, you may not be able to scrub away all the results of that mistakes, but you will be able to rise again.
That's right. That's the possibility available.
And I like that. And still we rise. I believe Joan Cato says awesome. And then
When you were reading the poem, I was thinking about Phenomenal Woman.
I was getting ready.
Maya Angelou.
I'm getting ready to go right there, right now.
That's what I was thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
And we talk about that intuition. That the intuition is developed, and it's especially with women, because as a man, masculine energy, I'm pure masculine energy. But when it comes to the intuition part, it's that piece, knowing that when you walk in the door, a woman, when she's tapped into her intuition or into her femininity, she knows something's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when mothers, when their children come in from somewhere, and they're like, they know something's wrong because they know their child.
Oh, yeah.
And I think women develop that more than men. And it's not a bad thing, a good thing. It's just that knowing that and acknowledging it and using that as your superpower.
Yes.
And then not thinking that you should negate it. Listening to that, going like, no, my intuition is telling me that something's going on.
Yes.
And we have a tendency of discounting that energy of, no, that's not what happened. But like, no, my gut is telling me
And you know the gut is controlled by the brain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the
It's
gut
a
is
setup.
is
Yeah.
the
It's a
gut is
setup.
the second brain.
Right.
You know, and I'm going to tell you something else too. The gut is the second brain,
Yes.
and the calf is the second lung.
Okay.
That's
Got it.
right. If you know your nervous system, you would really understand how peace and quiet are a contribution to these internal systems, right? To enable your intuition for effective choice making, we would really need to listen to our bodies. This is why I am around the nation harping on people. Please love on yourself. Please love on yourself, because when you start loving on yourself, you will see, I didn't eat well today. I did not sleep well today. I didn't say I love you to myself today. You will get sensitive and heightened to those
Things that when things
intuitive.
right, you
Yeah.
be intuitively able to understand when something is wrong with you.
Yeah, with you. Yes.
And you will do your best to try and correct it.
Correct. And this is why self-love, it may seem like, they talk about it. But really, if you don't love on yourself, you can't tune into yourself. And it's like hypocrisy to ask someone to understand you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Dr. Harris said the same thing last week. Love on yourself.
Yes.
Now, here's the funny thing, and now I had a conversation with some people yesterday, and we were talking about women and the whole thing, and it's when a person is having serious issues with themselves, like not loving themselves, not loving how they look, and understanding that, and from a male perspective, we're like, okay, I'm glad that you acknowledge that you're having issues with that yourself, and you're trying to deal with that. How am I supposed to deal with you?
Yeah.
When you're not facing those
Yeah.
issues? But that's a totally another concept. We're not going to talk about that today.
Oh, we're not talking about that?
No, we're not talking about that.
Well,
But
we're
it's
not
just-
talking about that?
Actually,
No,
I think
no.
we are. I
No,
think
but-
we
I
are.
think we should.
No, because
I think we
again,
should.
it's just when you people know when you love yourself, they know it, and they treat you.
Correct.
They treat you totally different.
Correct.
They look for people who are unloved, that self-unloved. They look for people who have low self-esteem. So now I can do anything I want to do because you're already there. I don't have to beat you up because you already beat yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
But when you walk in the door and it's like, oh my gosh, look at this radiant person coming through the door. You men have to step our game up and say, I can't come with her half-assed. I have to come with her with something. I have to share and match that level of respect and energy that she's sharing me.
I love that you said that, because two things are very, very important. Is that happening?
It is actually.
Yes. Okay.
You know what we're gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Live. I'm
It's-
here for it. I love this. I love that you said that, right? Because one, I want to absorb all of my brothers, all of my beautiful men. I want y'all to know it is not your responsibility to repair our sisters. It is not your responsibility. You're only responsible for your own mind and your own well-being, your own 100% of yourself contribution. So I respect you, my brothers. All of my masculine brothers are here. I respect y'all for that, right? Okay, that's one.
My splash. My splash. We're going to get sprayed by
Right?
the splash.
Yes,
Go
you
ahead,
gotta get some
go
spray.
ahead.
That's the first thing. You're not responsible for that. And secondly, I'd like to say to my sisters, my queens, I'd like to say that not knowing yourself is fine, because I guarantee you life is coming with a series of formulas and strategies for you to learn yourself. And it's important for when things break down to sit with yourself and ask yourself really important questions. Why did I do it? Why did I choose it? Why did I go? Why did I answer? Why did I not answer? Why did I entertain? Only to yourself, because what females do is we sometimes figure if we have been digging in ourselves for a week, someone outside ourselves must know way better than us about it. So we'll either attack the husband, the boyfriend, the best friend, the mother. Somebody's going to get the
wrath.
of
Somebody's
us
gonna
not
get the
knowing.
wrath.
Definitely.
You know what? And that brings us to this song. It's called Insanity by Gregory Porter
She plays
and
insanity all the time.
Layla Hathaway.
So, but how was this?
Okay,
As a
but wait.
male,
The reason
Okay.
why I'm putting insanity in is because we have to realize that this is insane behavior. We cannot keep beating up on those that are closest to us because we refuse to deal with the pain that we are feeling, and we refuse to deal with the fact that we are hurting. The insanity of it all is that until we get to a place where we love ourselves enough that we tell others when we are in pain, we will continue the cycle of insanity, thinking that something means something and it means nothing.
can I
And
can I go to the power mates we had? They said we stopped fighting each other and started fighting the problems. That's
okay,
what they
and
said.
but see, that comes after the insanity.
Got it. Just got it.
Byproduct of.
I'm just trying to help from a male perspective.
Oh,
I know.
that's very.
How did we ever lose?
Insanity.
How did we ever lose our minds and fall apart, knowing we're the only one to heal each other's hearts?
That was a call.
Bring your love on back to me. Stop this insanity.
Okay, just a moment. We actually had a call, and I actually stopped the call. You know, this is real life.
So Kim,
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Finish.
So as Colette is doing that, as a male, here's my response to you
Yes.
based on what you said.
Yes.
So I would come to you and I would say, it's not my job, but how can I help you?
Oh, come on. Talk to
How
me
does that
nice.
work?
Talk to me real nice.
How's that?
Okay.
Ooh, you talking.
I'm going by based on what you said.
You talking
It's not-
elevation language?
Yeah,
Come
right.
on, support and protection in a sentence.
that-
Black man, you trying to listen, lady? Are you saying?
You try-
Don't be talking nice to the women.
I'm off the market.
He's off
lady.
the
I'm
market, but this
lady.
is what we
I'm off the market.
what will be such helpful language, man, in the space.
One of the things that I've learned is when I speak about relationships and the whole thing, I let people know that what you hear now is not the same thing that was 20 years ago or 10 years ago.
Got
I've
it.
evolved.
Got
So again, I just evolved by what you said.
So we're
that's
gonna
key.
call
Oh, that's
back
good.
the person who just called us. So continue talking
Okay.
until
No
we
problem.
get them.
But and I like that. I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit more. But again, that's when it comes with the listening.
Oh yeah, but I'm listening not for the response. I'm listening because I want to listen. I'm really
Hey, Mr.
here.
Colette,
Hi,
What's up?
how are you?
what's up? What's up? Now I was seeing if he was on the show. I was calling the top.
I know. I really apologize,
Oh, okay.
Jason. So we're with Kim Sudan. She's our guest today, and we also have the co-host is Chuck Finance. This is Jason Frazier. What we're talking about today is Black female entrepreneurship and female leadership. And
Yeah,
we-
I think that's dope. I think Black female entrepreneurship and leadership is dope. But you guys have to reach these young girls because they're out of control, and the men can't help them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I work with you. Want to hear nothing from the men. They have a lot of daddy issues. They have been abused. And their mothers and aunts and sisters abused by men. A lot of them have been sexually abused. And they don't-
we're not hearing you that clear, Jason.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Okay. So Jason,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was just saying. Need women like you, positive Black women, to mentor them because they really have no faith in men. And what's so confusing is because They come to men, but they come for companionship. And I've even me growing up in my 20s in college, I've had women say like, I don't trust you, but then they would tell me they want a relationship, but it would be more for companionship and loneliness, not because they want to actually build. So they need strong, positive women because these young girls out here just popping out babies and don't even have a plan. They just know they want a man. And they know that the government is offering them assistance. So worst case scenario, they can get an apartment. And I've had young girls between the age of 14 and 18 tell me, if it don't work out, at least I know I can get to the community. And this is when I was in the DOE, and I had young girls that was in my after school program that took that. So where did they learn that from? It's a generational thing passed down. Where I just need, and I have interviews with females that I didn't even put out. I said men are only good for money and dating. Other than that, I don't need a man. That's why you see all these young emotional guys. Anytime somebody upsets them, they're ready to be violent because they don't have any men in them. Why do I know that? Because once I started being around real men, I learned how to control my emotions.
Wow.
But I had to learn that. My mother could teach me. You know, so it's a lot deeper. Like, but the Black women movement, I respect it. But I think you guys, as well as the men, you need to go snatch these little boys, and y'all need to go snatch these young girls. I just think that's what it needs to happen.
And you know what?
Because a lot of young girls are sexually abused, and they don't even trust men, period. And the people that's doing it to them are family members. I mean, I can't say no names, but I'm just saying I know adult women that's in their 40s that was abused by men in their family and too afraid to this day to say something about it.
My goodness.
That's just my opinion.
We thank you for not only your opinion, but for calling in, Jason. It's been a minute. You called on the right night. And I'll tell you why you called on the right night, because this is something that other women need to hear, because they think that these girls are out of control, but they're not trying to do anything to please, they're not trying to do anything to help them, and they don't know how. But you have just given them a blueprint to helping them. They just want to be
right.
They want to be heard, and they want to be taught. They need to be taught. They want to be heard, and they need to be taught.
I'm going to give you a real example, right? This is when I realized it was out of control. You got women in their 50s being the good.
Who?
You got grandmothers that body that. How dysfunctional can you really be when you are a grandmother worrying about how big you're behind?
Right.
So what do you think she teaches her granddaughter? And then what did she teach her mother? I mean, her daughter. I see women in their 50s, almost 60s with the BBL. And I ask them why. It's not over for me yet. What are you talking about? You're worried about having a big behind? Being there 60 with grandkids? Men and women are very dysfunctional. But women, what I have a problem with the women, of them blaming all of the women's problems on men. Yes, we have problems. Yes, we are contributing to the issues with women. But y'all do a lot of things to yourself that y'all don't take accountability for. And small Black women like you and others need to hold other women accountable for not being women.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. No disrespect to nobody. I love your show. You know I love you like cook food.
Yes.
But I gotta
it's
get
the
my
same
opinion.
here. The same here. And Joan Cato agrees with you. She said absolutely. And Joyce Carter says, good evening to all. Joan Cato says interesting. And Sharon Costello Edwards says neglecting women and young girls is one of the problems that they're having. And Joan Cato agrees with Sharon. Then Sharon says they need love too. And Joan Cato says absolutely. So, you you have older women who are agreeing with you. And probably in the middle women who are agreeing with you. I don't even know what that is anymore. It's because it's not middle age. So the women who are in the middle, who are the bridge between the younger generation and the generation that are thinking about retirement and stuff like that. That generation.
Even that has changed. Oh, right. Retirement could happen at age 11 now. We don't know.
Well said, Kim
Right.
Sue.
We don't know.
Well said. Well said. So
absolutely, and we all got to do our part. We all, men and women. You know, and I support the convicts. I talk a lot of convicts that come home from prison.
Yeah.
That mentor the young guys in the street, and I think so. A lot of ex-strippers, ex-women that was incarcerated. I meet them, they mentor a lot of young girls. I know a lot of women that were teenage moms that mentor teenage mothers. Like, we have to start. And this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
We both got to do our part.
Yes. You know, I think that also too. That's one of the things that we have to do. Men and women have to come together.
Oh yeah, that's the only way the change that Jason is speaking about. It will only happen if our men step in. I know it looks like this is a woman-to-woman thing. The reason we need men to step in is until my father told me why it is all of the women he was with had children, until my dad broke it down, I only had my mom's perspective of it. My dad's perspective was necessary. So for a black man, any man that sees the value in female-dom and is willing to weigh in, we need that voice. We need it so much. It's imperative that our men come in and say, listen, young lady, I don't have to know your mom and your auntie and your godmother, but I see value in you.
Well said. Without any kind of sexual intonation.
Yes, I see value in you, and I know some woman loves you. Might not be family women, but some woman is checking for you. And as a man, I see you, and I just want you to know you can do better, be better, have more.
We need
Our
those
men
voices.
can do that.
Yes, we need those voices.
I don't want to misquote you. What's your name? The one
Kim
that just
Sue
spoke?
Dunn. My name is Kim Sue. Kim Sue Dunn.
Kim Sue?
Yes.
Oh, Kim Sue, nice to meet you.
A pleasure,
I
Jason.
understand and I respect everything you're saying. I have 5 sisters. I understand this as a 40-year-old man from the urban community. I think that women and men love different, and I think that we have a different perception of love.
Mm-hmm.
The way that women want to be loved is not the way that men want to be loved. And I think that's why a lot of my relationships didn't work. Because the way she's loving me is not what I need. I need you not to lie, to be loyal, and respect the fact when I need my alone time. It's not always about me sleeping with another woman. It's just that I need time for myself. And this problem, you can't help me with. Just leave me alone. And I think that men and women need love in different ways. And because we understand that, it's why we're always at odds. And it's not just black women. It's white, Hispanic, Arabic. We all love different. But with the communication, we can understand. We have to have the uncomfortable conversation. Every woman I've ever dated in a real relationship, I told you, I was abused as a child. There's certain things you can't help me with. When I don't want to talk, just leave me alone. I'll talk to you when I'm ready. Automatically, they thought I was cheating. Instead of respecting the fact that I told you I have an emotional relationship.
Okay, so in other words, Jason, men need that time just to be by themselves, just like women need that time.
Women need that time. I've asked for that time in relationships. I've asked for second
Well, we
bedrooms.
need time, but we need time. But the thing is, we need time. But the thing is, we need time for different reasons. When my ex-girl used to be on her period, when she used to be on her period, I would understand she needs time. She's in pain. It has nothing to do with me. I have to give her that time.
What about if she just needs time because her bra is tight? Is she allowed to have that?
Whatever the reason is. Whatever the reason is. But you got to understand, I grew up around a lot of women. So I kind of understood women young. And whenever a woman said, leave me alone, I would. Because I understood women
And
young.
sometimes when a woman is saying leave me alone, she's not saying leave me alone forever. She's saying leave me alone for the moment.
Yeah.
And
Right.
sometimes and so well said, words of wisdom, Joan Cato. Wendy Spencer said amen to that.
Salute.
Well said.
Appreciate your support and love, and you got a good point.
Right. And then Wendy Spencer says, speak, girl, talk the good things. And then Alexis Tyrell says, I agree, well said. And then Joan Cater says, 100% agree. And then Joan Cater said, we're all human. And then Wendy Spencer says, very informative conversation. You know, we need to have these conversations because it's these conversations between men and women who have different perspectives and different upbringings that allow us to get a better understanding of what's going on with the youth today. Because a lot of the youth were not brought up. They brought themselves up. And
Right.
those that were
Yeah,
brought
it is
up,
ourselves.
you know what I'm saying? Those that were brought up, they are like unicorns. And it's hard to find them.
That's right. Well, it's not so hard because
I'm
I believe in
gonna tell you. I'm
tribes.
gonna tell you what made
Well
me
said.
understand women on an extreme emotional level. I dated a woman that was a rape victim, and she told me, but I had never dated a woman that openly said what happened. She was gang raped, and she told me, but she never. I just said, okay. She told me. I'm like, okay, like, do you like men? Are you bisexual? Are you gay? She's like, no, I like men. I want a man. But I was going home from school, and 5 men attacked me and took advantage. And I was like, wow. But I never knew how damaging it was.
Okay,
And
we need to
once
talk about that.
we
We need
actually
to.
had sexual intercourse, and she started screaming and yelling and jumped off the bed and said, leave me alone. I said, oh, shit. And she's still a friend of mine to this day. Me and her been friends.
You know,
17
so
years.
you know what? We're going to talk. Okay, you know what you're talking.
She taught me about how to deal with a woman that stepped in. She taught me how to deal with a woman that did it.
Well, you know what's
I
crazy?
had no idea how to deal with that.
Well, you know what? I don't think too many people do, to be honest with you, because I had a friend that also happened to her, and she got a baby from it. And when you're dealing with women, and we're going to go back to women entrepreneurs, and we're going to go back to women leadership, we have to understand the hurts that many women carry with them, and it makes them do the same things over and over and over again. That's where the insanity comes in. But the other part is not wanting to deal with the feelings, because to deal with them is to like scrape off that scab and let it hurt. And some people,
Right.
they don't want that at all. You know, Jason, thank you as always. You are the best. Calling in, you have given us another perspective. And I just want to say thank you as always for
I
calling in.
appreciate it. And I wanted to end on this. The most confusing thing to me as a heterosexual man is a woman that says that she doesn't trust men, but craves to be in a relationship or marriage or even have a child. That's what confuses me as a man. If you don't trust men, why do you want to be in a relationship? I still haven't even figured that out. 90% of the women I've been with told me that they don't trust men, but they're the ones that initiated getting serious.
Jason,
And that's so confusing to me. As a 40-year-old man, I still don't get it. I'm still learning.
this is
God
so
bless you guys. I
God
just want to
bless
tune in. Let's do something in the future and put something together. This conversation
You okay?
I'm falling
definitely
off.
necessary.
I was so in it. I was falling off.
You know, Jason, what you just said is like something that we are going to bring up. Jason's Sharon Costello Edwards says, "Thank you, Jason. One love." And she said, "Women have mood swings." And she said, Joan Cato says, "Communication is the key to a relationship." And Wendy Spencer says, some men have them as well.
Oh yeah.
They have mood swings as well. Now,
Absolutely.
this is, you know what I'm saying?
You'll be surprised at how many women, how many men. You'll be so surprised at how many men that have financial and economic and financial security that have zero self-esteem. I meet them all the time.
Yeah, that's
I met
another part.
millionaires that felt like they were the ugliest person in the world, but they had millions of dollars.
You know, this brings up something that we're going to have to talk about. We're going to have to talk about relationships on all levels between men and women, because this is a huge topic. Jason, we're going to ask you to be a part of that conversation since what you have to say has so much relevance. What I'm going to say to you is this.
Absolutely. Let me know, and you know I'm coming.
All right. All right. I will
Okay.
let you know the day and time. Definitely. Thank you again, Jason. Thank you, and thank you.
Okay, yeah, I got to get back in. I got to finish, but I wanted to reach out. Miss Colette, it's all love.
You know it.
I love all of y'all.
You know I
Let's
love
continue
you.
to support each other and communicate.
All right. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you,
Peace and
sir.
love.
So what I'm hearing, and going back to the top of the hour, although all these issues that young girls and women are having in the community, in our families, they still are thriving, and they still are leading, and they still are entrepreneurs, and they're doing what they have to do on top of the issues
Yes.
that is going on.
Yes. I would like to say that is a handed down program.
Come on.
It's a handed down program.
It's the insanity.
It is.
It's
It
the
is
insanity.
straight insanity. It's called
Again.
sacrifice yourself. Sacrifice yourself so your family can have the best. What we are really honing in on is a mom that's not wholesome creates a family that's not wholesome. A dad that's not wholesome creates a family that's not wholesome, right? And so in order for us to really be able to do these things that we do, I mean, women are leading in every financial sector, in every entrepreneurial space you could think of.
And
Yes.
they will lead more if men knew how to honor and respect them. They would lead a whole lot more.
They would.
That is that right there, that honor.
But could
and
we not
respect?
say that men need,
No,
because
no,
women
no,
also
I-
need
no,
to
no.
know what that looks like
No,
for
I-
them,
Exactly.
right?
I agree.
Again-
We need to hold them accountable.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
like
to
Jason
hold
was
them.
saying, we
Yeah.
have to say, sis,
Yes.
you ain't really
You're not really doing what
Right,
you're supposed to be doing
right,
either.
Yeah, yeah. We have to get there. And I believe our men, you know what's very amazing to me is how willing men are now to have the conversation.
But look what happened with the men that are willing to have the conversation. The women say they're simps. You know what I'm saying?
There's a way to do that. One of the things in simp, that's a term I'm still trying to understand. But there's a way to do that. If my mate and I, if we understand the roles that we're playing, if we understand what we're doing, again, in our house, whatever anybody thinks, I don't care. But when I come home, is she happy? Is she on point? When I come home, am I happy? Am I on point?
That's
People
right.
are going to say what they want to say.
Correct.
Because remember, what they do is, if it's good, people are so messed up that they can't honor and respect something that's good. They want to destroy it. You know, you look at President Obama and his wife. It was like there was no dirt on them, but people were still slinging dirt on them. It's like, again, it's like, why?
You're
what
damned if
happened
you
to
do,
the
you're damned
models?
if you don't.
You know, you're comfortable with your instability that it becomes normal.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you have something normal, you're uncomfortable.
Yes.
Well, see, that's what I call the insanity. This is insanity. By Gregory Porter and Layla Hathaway.
Did we ever lose our minds and fall apart, knowing we're the only ones to heal each other's hearts Bring your love on back to me. Stop this insanity before we go too far.
How did we ever lose our way and try to say love is a losing game? Should have never tried to play. Bring your love on back to me. Stop this insanity before we go too far.
We were lovers.
We were lovers.
And the best of friends.
And the best of friends. Oh.
And I hope that we can be that. Oh, until the end.
Until the end.
Sometimes the lover can be angry till the end.
Can be angry till the end.
But it's always the friend inside, that will make amends. Oh, how did we ever lose our way and try to say love is a losing game? We will never be the same. Bring your love on back to me.
Bring it back to me.
Stop this insanity before we go too far.
Before we go.
That's so funny that it took the insanity for them to realize they were meant to be.
Come on.
Right?
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Kim Sue. Come on, Kim Sue.
Can you cue What Must I Do? Kenny Lattimore as we're talking.
You
Cue
know,
What Must I Do by Kenny Lattimore.
It takes the crazy. We need the crazy. I know we are out here pretending we don't need the crazy. But without the crazy, do you really think we would know what the same is?
Good is?
No, we won't.
No, we would not.
We would have no clear distinction.
I hate to say this. One of the things that my lady and I we do is we watch Divorce Court together. That's one of the things we do together. We watch Divorce Court, and we are learning how to treat each other by the way the insanity of those people in Divorce Court. It's like in the conversations that we have is like, do I do that?
Yeah.
You know, just like, okay.
Yes.
And again, creating a safe space where it's not the pressure cooker with the explosion. It's like, you know, having the conversation knowing that, wow, I can't believe that people treat their spouses, their mate, the quote unquote people that they love. Mm-hmm. And you'd be surprised. And it's like, and I learned from Divorce Court because I'm like, wow, I make sure that I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So, again, we talk about that, and we're going back to the leadership, and that's why I admire that line. It's not my job, but how can I help you?
Yes.
Knowing that, as you said, the supportive, the thing of, we look at, again, leaders, and especially the entertainment world, where it's the big thing is on not the success of people, but it's the downfall of the people.
That's
there
right.
are really reality shows and talk shows, all of that, about the discomfort and the discord and all the stuff when it comes to, I look at a couple that you hear nothing about, and that's Angela Bassett and her husband. You hear nothing about them. They've been married for years. Yeah. You hear nothing about them because they're good. They're pure.
Well,
they don't generate
but
dollars.
They also don't put their business out in the public, right? Yes. And so one of the things I watched Denzel and his wife, I forgot. Paulette, yeah.
You know what he said?
They don't put the business out.
And you know what he said?
What?
He said he works in Washington. He doesn't live in Washington.
Come on.
I mean,
in
Hollywood.
In
Hollywood.
Yeah.
He doesn't. And again, that's what we're looking at.
We can do that.
Yes.
I mean, that's a formula that's presented, right? Can it be between you and I? Can we resolve it just me and you in here?
Got it.
Are you really going to call your mom every time? Are you going to call your dad,
Oh
your
my
bestie
God.
all the time?
Got it.
Are we ever going to resolve it here, me and you? Do we have that power, that connection? Can we do it?
You know what? I love what you just said because
I look at relationships and it's like, okay, are we friends?
Are we friends?
That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Before all of that, are we friends? I do take the physical sex out of this stuff. Do I like having you around? Do I like having a conversation with you?
Am I excited to walk into the door and see you?
Yes.
Do I feel
That's
safe?
why the song Insanity is so amazing because it says it's the friend inside that brings them back together. Sometimes the lovers will quarrel to the end, but it's the friend that they have, the friendship that they have that brings them back together. And that is the basis of a true relationship. But you know what? And I have to say this, I have to bring it because when you look at people and you look at women, when a woman is doing good, sometimes she has a tribe behind her. Other times the tribe is created along the way.
Right.
Other times she is by herself and people come in for a season to go back out. And then somebody else comes in until finally she finds her tribe and her people. So the thing is that there are moments in the chaos where you are going to thrive even if it's chaotic because of the people that are coming in and out of your life at the right moment.
Correct. And to not get stuck there. And to allow people to just go because they were just
they were just right.
Even what Jason was saying about hearing from the female, right?
Yes.
So early in the relationship, I don't trust men, right? And for her to not lead herself to, I should not be with a man right now. That's leading yourself.
No, I was talking to my daughter. I was like, she was saying that she had to be with someone. She felt that she couldn't be by herself. And I'm saying that there is a disconnect in this generation where they don't know how to be by themselves and they are afraid of it.
Oh, yeah.
And they will jump to every man, every woman, whoever, just so that they do not have a problem.
YouTube.
So YouTube is also doing different things. And what are your people saying?
Oh, I didn't check.
Did you queue up? What must I do, please?
Did you? I just want to say this while we're going in. One of the things that Jason really highlighted me to in what he was saying is how the same women are. Because he proceeded to list a few things that he would like as a man that I know I've asked for in relationships. Like, I really do desire time to myself, not to hang out with girls, just time to hear myself. That's one thing, right? And to just be at peace. Also, too, I really do need my partner to be engaging. But you have to know what you want. So him saying, hey, I got to the junction where these women were saying to me after, this is who I am. If we are not taking some preliminary steps during this courting season, we're really just walking into the manhole and saying, why did something break? You understand what I'm saying?
Why did I break my leg?
Yeah, why? But you walked into the manhole, even though there was probably a caution sign 2 miles down or
red flag.
A red flag a block away.
Well, you know what, though? There are times in your life where you do not see the red flags because you are dealing with your own pain.
Correct.
And that pain has consumed you.
Correct.
How do you get out of a consumption of pain where it becomes like you're living, breathing it? As a woman, to stay like focused on what you want to do, how do you tamp it down? Do you deal with it, clean out the wound? What do you do?
Well, I just recently got some really crazy news last week, and I have to tell you something. Very important. I'm so glad you asked that because you don't know initially how many things happen before the kaboom day, the day we call stress day, right? But a lot of things happen before to kind of prepare you for this big stressor day. Right? Either somebody will call, take you out to lunch. Really nice. So you have that in the stash. Or somebody will call and say, hey, just checking in on you. Really nice. You got that in the stash. And then, maybe something nice. Somebody paid for coffee before you get up to the register. Look what kind of week I'm having. That's in the stash. And then Saturday, everything goes to hell.
You know what?
Okay. But does that mean that I didn't have all these dope moments on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? No, but we do that. We negate Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when everything was lit and God was showing out. Because God was like, let me see. You really rocking with me? Let's see you on Saturday.
That goes back to what I said earlier. Not feeling worthy enough to celebrate.
Come on!
The small victories.
That's
It's the same thing.
And we won't stop the cycle either.
And that's the fear, knowing that, why are you so happy?
I'm happy because I want to tell you real honest,
Okay.
my brother.
I'm just saying.
But I want to answer, okay? Because I get up in the morning.
Colette, you're correct about how to fix it. All of those things are part of the process.
Oh, yes.
It's not one thing. It's all the things that you said.
We're going to jump in it.
More.
Yes, it's all of the possibility, the plethora of them.
Okay.
But how I do it is I get up in the morning and I call happiness. Like, you know how they yodel?
Oh, my
in
goodness.
some countries?
Yes.
They yodel. My neighbors will tell you the crazy lady is calling happiness again. I don't care. Because I've already figured out myself enough to know that if I don't command happiness in the early parts of my day, I get the default day, and I don't really like the default days.
Talk about the default days.
I don't like them.
Talk about the default days.
I had someone. She was going through something, and I said, I need you to do me a favor. In the morning when you wake up, laugh.
Please.
And before you go to bed, laugh.
Come on.
Because you're going through some stuff, and during the day, you don't know if you're going to laugh. So at those moments, when you jump out of bed, just laugh. Because you have to do that, because life prepares you for life. Life will knock you down.
Life will life.
So you have to take those moments, those moments of being by yourself, and say, you know what, let me laugh now, because I don't know what type of day I'm going to have.
All day in the car looking like a crazy person.
And at the end of the day, let me laugh, because I'm still alive. I'm still here.
Can you just laugh because of that part?
Yeah, I'm still here, yeah.
That part. Okay, so Colette and I talk about this all the time. Was this the jam?
No, I
Colette and I talk about this all the time. The laughing for no reason. Like, anytime I talk to her, I'm like, Colette, but did you bust out? Because listen, yes, they told you arguing and vexation and annoyance is available. Yeah. But did they tell you if somebody hit the car, you could bust out laughing? Nobody said that.
Right.
Actually, though, we do. We do.
Do you?
No, yes. No. Let me tell you one quick story. So we were in a very racist neighborhood, and we were walking. We were doing what we were doing, and then we heard they were like following us. We didn't even know they were following us, and they were calling us niggers. And we looked at each other and started laughing.
You gotta laugh.
They went nuts. They literally started cursing us even more, and we were laughing, and they had to drive away. The thing is, as a black people, we tend to laugh. Thank you.
Yes.
We tend to laugh when we are stressed, because we have learned long ago that if we don't laugh, tears are coming, and we are often not ready for the tears.
Well, that's the coping mechanism. Mm-hmm. We've adapted. We've modified. And what happened was they were upset because you did not fall into the narrative that they expected you to fall into. So it's like, you know what? And again, what we do,
hate you.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
When you look at people and you're like,
I don't know you.
Yeah, when you're looking at people and you're like, oh, you know what? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Bus driver today. I came in, right? It's a female. I was looking decent. I was looking nice. She stops 5 feet away. She could have come down to me. She decided not to. Girl, I got on the thing, and I looked at her like, really? So then she was like, I don't know who you think you're looking at. I said, oh. I said, whatever. I said, we're gangster today, and kept on moving. She had nothing to say. All she kept on doing is just looking at me and looking at me and looking at me. And I realized that as females, we need to get out of this envious thing.
Or keep it. Y'all can keep it because I realize it's free press for me. So keep it if you want.
Right?
Hug up with it. Please spread it on your bed. You can stuff it in your pillowcase. You can have it because it's all yours over there.
Exactly. Nobody's trying to deal with you. I'm going to play a song before I play yours. It's called Lost, Lost, Lonely, and Helpless. How many times, by Pamela Maynard, how many times have we felt lost, lonely, and helpless as women? And then, kaboom, we had the inspiration to get us out of whatever we were feeling.
My mama, she told me not to mess around. Never sit on two stools, baby, or you'll fall to the ground. Down, 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 down. If ever you love somebody, you just gotta be true, true, true. Treat him right till you find out he's been cheating on you. You, oh, listen to mama. I was sure that I knew how to hold on to feeling. Love Frankie too. Ooh, love Frankie too.
You know, oftentimes we may feel helpless and lonely.
When I wake up
But
in the morning,
what
my
happens?
prayer is not
As they
thank
say,
God I
joy comes in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah. We can count on it. We can count. I'm starting to really go with what my grandmother used to say. It's inevitable. We're designed to win. And everything will work out all the time. I've been seeing it so much. I'm sold out to it that it'll just work out for me. It's just the way it has continuously and consistently been. I have no other thoughts about it, but it took a long time getting here. It took a long time to trust that the process is
It's gonna work out in your favor.
all the time, every single time, and in ways I can never even think about.
Imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you deal with female leadership, why is it that it can be so corrosive?
Mm.
Why is it when you get into leadership, you realize as a female you need to help others, and instead of just like being like everybody? Why does it get so corrosive, do you think?
What do you mean being like everybody, inclusive?
Meaning that, okay, you know that everyone else was mean to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know that everybody else was unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Why then, when you become a female, do you then now become unfair?
To mimic that? Because
Yes.
that's all you've seen on your climb up. And I've dealt with so many executives that their superiors definitely showed them, here's a bummy formula. I'm going to shit on you. And then when you get to my position, you do the same.
That is a terrible formula in truth.
It is because when I was rising in corporate America, there were things that was happening to me that I noticed that for me to go higher, I had to adapt to that mentality. And it's sad to say, it doesn't have to be that way,
No.
but it's the arena that you fight in. And if you want to excel in that arena, you got to play by the rules.
Oh, definitely. A young lady was saying yesterday on TikTok that she had to get out of corporate. It was changing her into someone she did not recognize.
And that's what happened to me.
Right? But it takes a while to know that you don't have to suffer this abuse. Like, why am I coming for it?
Right.
Right?
Well, no, it's because you bought into the lies that were told that said that corporate is where you get rich and you're supposed to suffer like this before you get to the thing. And it never says that. It doesn't say you suffer. It says you learn. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to suffer.
Yeah.
It is a type of thinking that has been fostered on us that continues to plague us and stops us from and it stunts our growth because we don't know
Well,
any other way.
again, but part of that is we are actually living somebody else's narrative. You know, I talk about this
Say
all the
that.
time. You know, it's funny if you think about this. If you think about the word hysterectomy, we know what a hysterectomy is, but also the root word is what? Hysteria. See, at one point in time, they thought that women were
Hysterical.
crazy
That's
because
right.
of certain times of the month.
Correct.
And again, we're looking at the methodology of the brain waves and the way we're thinking. And it's so deep. We had a conversation with someone yesterday, and it was the thing of when it's unfathomable that you can be powerful as a woman, as a leader. It just doesn't sit right because I've never seen it. I've never been taught that it's possible, and I don't. How dare you come into the room with that energy, that positiveness, that regalness that you come into?
Oh, yeah.
Now you're threatening me.
Yes, and all of my small thoughts.
Yeah, now you're threatening me.
Correct.
And see, the thing is, what we have to do as black men and black women, we have to understand that my success is based on you, and your success is based on me.
Oh, yeah.
So if we can marry that, if we can lock that in together, knowing that at the same night, every single night, we're sleeping in the same bed. Listen, we can rock this. Girl, do your thing. Let me know what you need from me. And again, I didn't know this years ago when I was dating women and the whole thing.
Yes.
And if I had been who I am now, I would have been great for them, but I didn't know this.
Correct.
So I mean, this is again,
You were not your best.
right. It's just
You're
the,
your best
the
version of
evolution.
yourself.
But the evolution, come on.
What must I do? What must I do? Can you ladder on, please?
I've been trying to find it. It's not. I'm having the hardest time finding
You
it.
know, she can find her stuff. But she can't find.
But
I can find it.
I do want to say that that's very important for men and women in leadership positions to choose how they want their duplicate
Okay.
to represent them in the future.
Right. Understand.
Right?
Right.
So if we were concerned about it, let's bring it home. If we are concerned about what kind of grandparents we're going to be, if that was a value for us, what would our grands say? What would our great grands say? We would really start with it now. We would, because we're already questioning our output, our impact for the grands and the great grands. It's a great place to start to, just look inside of yourself. Hey, how am I going to lead my family, my own little
circle?
Yeah, house here.
The home.
The home,
Again,
right?
always going back to the home.
Definitely. How am I leading here? And this guy said, I can't remember his name. He's a great podcaster, but he did said he calibrates his family. I love that. And once a month, he's like, so how did I do this month? What? Oh my gosh. He's calibrating his impact in his own home.
Right.
Before he's outside checking it with his employees.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's an amazing thought. That is an amazing thought.
We should all calibrate with each other. How was I
today?
Yes, or how was I with you this month? Or let's check in.
But isn't that what I say? I say this all the time. It's the checking in.
Yeah.
Knowing that, okay, again, not waiting for the moment to explode. No, you know what? We could have done this a little bit better. You know what? I could have shown up, on time.
Mm-hmm.
No, these small things that and being able to understand what they are and being able to repair them before the screaming shout comes on, before the kettle blows over, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know what? I have a thing. I have this thing was listen. If it was past 2 or 3 weeks, I don't want to talk about it.
Yes,
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm the same way.
Well, you know what?
7 days for me. If it's past 7 days, let's not bother, because if you saw it and it took you 7 days for it to mean something, what do you want me to do with it?
We're going to say this. When you deal with what you want your life to look like and what you want to do, I think that we would think about Hairways by a certain Kim Soo Dunn.
Who's that? Who's that?
Hairways. She is an author.
Oh, yeah.
And why did you write this book?
On all the ways we think about hair. And we think about hair in a vast majority of ways and never associate it to ourselves.
Give us an example. Pray do.
Example, Kim Sue, I would like healthy hair. Great, let's drink some water for 30 days. No, let's do another thing. Can I get a topical spread to put on there? I don't drink water.
Oh my God.
So you're asking Kim Sue to give you a lie. Yeah, no, we won't do it. There are ways that we ask people for stuff, but we don't look at our own daily ways, right? So healthy hair is a product of healthy nutrition.
Come on.
Great sleep. Excellent hydration.
Come on.
Someone that you can authentically vent to. I put that in the book. If you have no one to tell your truth to, it's going to the gut. And a sick gut means hair loss. That's all I'm saying about that. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yes, darling. So folks going to their stylists, their barbers, having these conversations about healthy hair, healthy skin, and never had a hydrocolonic, never had a intestinal detox, they're asking them to lie to them. There's no topical product for it. There's nothing in a jar. It's all happening with you. If you're not thinking, hey, I am going to live this healthy life so I can have this healthy hair, those ways will not work. They won't meet.
They will not meet the objective.
No, they will
because you're not doing everything that you possibly can do
for what
to make sure that the objective is met.
Correct. That's why I wrote the book.
You had bad experiences when you were young?
Oh, yes. When I was younger, my cousin was the family stylist. She hated it, and so she made sure we all hated it too. You know, she made sure that the hair was so tight that we were pretty, and we could not say thank you. We couldn't even speak. It was so tight. And in the Caribbean, you don't know what traction alopecia is. You don't know what throbbing headache, because your braids are, the reason I really wrote this book, I dedicated this entire book to our family hairstylist, because she was really doing what Grandma said. She didn't say, Grandma, I want to do this. You understand? And that's part of the family, what goes on in the house. This is your job. It doesn't mean you wanted it. It's just your job because you're here.
And you're the oldest.
And you're the oldest. And it's a lot of cousins in the house, right? And she's like, I hate this. So y'all are going to hate it too. So we hated it. I came into the beauty business with only one question. Can we have beautiful hair without pain?
Wow.
That's the only reason I'm here the whole time.
Don't look at me.
Listen, we can. I've even gone to New York Fashion Weeks, and I've been able to have models walk with a genuine smile because there's no pain. They can enjoy the runway. And nobody thought of it before. Let's not pin them up to the point where they can't smile on the runway. Let's get them happy to be a part of the show. This is the only reason, let me tell you, the only reason I got into the business is because I was like, there's got to be a way to do this sexy without this pain. By the time I got there, I realized we can have the sexy without the pain, but they're asking for stuff like healthy hair. That led me to, in the back of this book, I took the crazy long names that they put on our bottles of shampoo, our conditioner, our grease, and I put it in the book because I had no idea what those long, crazy names was. And I was like, I'm betting my community definitely does not know what this crazy asomilium, no, ma'am, we don't know. So I put things like that in the book. I also put in there a love routine for yourself, to love on yourself, not to just come on platforms and say love yourself, but to give you a tool to love on yourself, and the education to show you, listen, I have a personal trainer for you. I have a masseuse for you. I have elements that's going to facilitate this desire to feel really good about yourself. I don't want us to talk about it. I want us to be about this life.
Come on, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Come on.
That is, oh my goodness. So Wendy says, for real?
Yes, for real.
Wendy Spencer, she says, amazing. Sharon Costello Edwards says, vibes nice. And then Sharon Costello Edwards says, I pray against that. And then, when you deal with this, when you realize that as a woman, there's so many different components to you. that we try to solve each problem with the same answer. That is not feasible. And the reason it's not feasible is not just not only insanity, but it's not feasible because we're not in sync. We're not in sync with the gut. We're not in sync with your mind. You're not in sync with the results. So for many of us, we have to realize that, in order to be the best that we can be, there's a song that I sing that I love. It's called Cheek to Cheek. And Ella Fitzgerald and Satchmo, Louis Armstrong sing the song. And it talks about how do you get in sync with each other. You got to spend time with yourself.
That's right.
You got to get to know yourself. You've got to love yourself.
Come on.
You have got to be tolerant of yourself.
Yeah.
You have got to be okay with you.
That's right. Be friends with you.
Exactly. And if you can't do that, what's the point?
Well, don't go asking anybody else to do it either. Like, that's not fair.
I agree with you.
Right? Like, if he ain't jamming with you, don't go outside asking people to jam with you. You
And
don't
my
even
heart
like you.
beats so.
So it's Cheek to Cheek. It's an old one. Find it for me.
Heaven,
I'm in
heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Yes, heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seems to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak. When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb to mountain, reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Now, mama, dance with me. I want my arms about you, the charms about you will carry me through. Yes, heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak.
the great Satchmo.
And I seem to find the happiness I seek when we out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
Here comes Ella.
Take it,
Come on,
Ella, swing it.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven.
Come on, Ella.
And the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak. When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Come on and dance with me. I want my arm about you. The charm about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
If you notice at the end, they come in together. I mean, the song is absolutely phenomenal. But thank you, Alexis Tyrell. I'm glad you're loving the songs. Thank you, Joan Cato. Great song, she says. All right, so we have come up with some things that I say we put ourselves on an assignment. What do we need to do to make sure that we are validated in what we're doing while at the same time validating others?
Oh, that's good. First, I would like to say thank you again, guys, for having me. That's the first thing I want to say. And this conversation about empowering women in a leadership position or wanting to be in a leadership position, I would say that once you figure out yourself, so my first step is always get yourself a coach or a mentor.
Oh, I love that.
Or get yourself a psychotherapist. You must have somewhere to empty the mind. You must make it a priority to have a safe space to empty your mind. And in emptying your mind is really how you fill your own cup. So
Right.
you have a place to pour from.
Right.
Otherwise, you're pouring from your empty place. Your burnt out space, your overwhelmed space,
Right.
your I don't know how I'm going to get it done space.
Yes.
But if you go and empty the things that are not working for you, you can actually have enough for yourself to give to someone else, to give to your family, to give to your coworkers. You know, if you're in a leadership position, you'll be making way better choices if you empty your grievances, or as we say, if you clear yourself.
Okay.
If you just clear yourself. And this is a great practice for every relationship building process, in male or female, adults or children. Find a space to empty, a safe space. I have to stress this. Not the family and friends that gossip. That's not a safe space. Not the family and friends that you already know they're going to call everyone. Why are you telling them?
Because in a way, you want it to be known, but just not by you.
See how that works? Ooh, the subliminals. Yes, and please be mindful of the subliminals. Please be mindful of those silent agreements that you're agreeing to that you really don't want for your life. So just check in. And not only to check in on a level like, oh, I love myself, I appreciate myself, but check in like, did I eat really well for myself today?
Come on. Come on.
That's it, right? And those are the simple practices I would share, yeah.
Okay, well, the thing is that we have gone through the different things, and oftentimes we say, so what must I do? So Kenny Lattimore has a couple of thoughts that he wants to share about what must be done.
Oh, she found it?
Come on, Kenny.
Found a crack that's been breaking our foundation about 4 or 5 weeks or so.
Seems like the love has been escaping through the panes of our windows. Yeah, now I'm questioning if these walls around us can keep up a happy home. Yeah, but I'm a handyman and my plan is to try to fix it before I let it go. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. What must I do? For this house come tumbling down, girl, our love's in danger. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. It can only make us stronger, babe, if we don't let it break us. Found a leak in the roof and it seemed like it came from a thunderstorm. Now it's dripping from the ceiling and girl, it's messing up our floorboards. Ooh. If we don't fix what we can, we should plan to be sleeping on the front porch. But I'm a handyman and my plan is to try to fix it before I let it go. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. For this house come tumbling down, girl, our love's in danger. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. It can only make us stronger, babe, if we don't let it break us. I won't let another day go by where we don't try. Don't try, no. We can't ignore these problems in our house. Hey, if you think it's worth fixing, babe, then I really wanna fix it, baby. No matter how long it takes, we can rebuild it. What must I do? Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, baby. You feel what I feel? For this house come tumbling down, girl, our love's in danger. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. It can only make us stronger, babe, if we don't let it break us. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. For this house come tumbling down, girl, our love's in danger. Can you feel? I wanna heal, wanna build, wanna fix what's broke, babe. It can only make us stronger, babe, if we don't let it break us.
You know, that's such a great question. Men ask that all the time.
What's that?
What must I do?
You notice how she played the other songs real loud? She played
Kenny.
I'm playing with the Colette.
I'm like, okay.
I'm playing with the Colette.
Yeah,
But see,
but I don't understand why he's starting on a Monday. Not today.
See, from a man's perspective, we are designed to fix things.
Yeah, man.
So, but the problem with us is that we have to learn which tools. It's like a carpenter has his box that he carries, his bag of tools. What do we pull out? Do I need a hammer for this right now? Or do I need a file for this? And that's what we have to master so that we can be better in ourselves, so that when we come to you, so when you want to be the leader, when you want to be the entrepreneur, we can go to that question that we developed. Mm-hmm. It's not my job, but how can I help you?
Yes.
The helpmate thing. It's like, okay, how can I help you achieve what you want? Let's look at it this way. We're building a dream. We're building something, whatever it is. What do I bring to the table to help us accomplish together this goal and this dream?
Correct. And that's a great starting place. And it'll also open a way for a woman, if she doesn't know, to go discover herself.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That is powerful.
That comes with a thing of trust.
Correct.
That comes with a thing of, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for you for the long haul.
Well, even before I decide to say, and I can't represent all women, I can represent probably the 1%, right? And I'll tell you what, with a man coming with not knowing how to use his toolbox, but asking me, which tool is applicable? Yeah, we good for life. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. Because you're so invested in my mental care that makes me invested in you.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. I just was listening to this guy. He said, when a man cares for a woman, he wants to make sure that she's mentally okay, financially okay. I remember I was talking to one of the ladies. Her guy was an OG, I guess, from back in the days, 70s, the 70s OG. And he said, I'm going to give you money every month to take care of you, to make sure you have your bills paid and stuff like that. But that's what men used to do back in the day. Unfortunately, something has happened along the way with the feminization of the men that they feel that they should not have to do that. It should be half and half.
That's not all men, though.
I did not say that. But what I did say is that thought is out there, and that corrodes a lot of possible inroads to solutions. So when you are out there and you know you're with that person that you love, you have to know without a shadow of a doubt that where it's going. Is it leading to marriage? Go ahead. Is it leading to marriage, or is it leading to a long-term relationship? What exactly is getting ready to be done here? And that's the same way you have to think about your business.
Right.
Where are you going?
Okay. We're talking about time, energy, and money.
Time, energy, and money.
What
time is not
are
money,
you?
though.
What are you going for? And if you're doing time, energy, and money, who are you leaving this to? Because it's got to be left to someone. You cannot think you can take it with you. All these questions need to be answered. And as female entrepreneurs, that most of us, we are normally juggling a family as well as a business. We have got to get to the point where we know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to run, and we know when to let go. Because sometimes for your mental health, that's exactly what needs to be done.
I was thinking about what you were saying. I was thinking about what you were saying, and I thought of Jill Scott. Let's Take a Long Walk, right? She's such a dope Philly chick. I was thinking to myself, back in the 90s, I was in high school, guys. Okay. Back in the 90s, you would take a long walk to the park and build. You would just build, and I'm talking about your classes, my classes, what your block look like, what my block look like, how your parents flex, how my parents flex. And that's probably what's missing.
That we're not taking that long walk to get to know each other. We're going straight into the relationship. We don't know each other. We don't even like each other that much. And what is happening is chaos.
We're missing. Let's take a long walk.
We need to do that. So we're going to do that right quick. I don't even know what just happened. And with that, we just want to say thank you so very much for being a part of Community Connection. Remember to take those long walks. Remember to understand yourself. Remember to know where you're going. Take it slow. Why are you in a hurry? When you're in a hurry, you make mistakes.
You're here, I'm pleased. I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what a king's supposed to be. Baby, I feel free. Come on and go with me. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation. Share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Surah 31:18. Your background, it ain't squeaky clean shit. Sometimes we all got to swim upstream. You ain't no saint, we all a sinner. But you put your good foot down to make your soul a winner. I respect that. Man, you're so fat. And you're all that. Plus supreme. Then you're humble. Man, I'm numb, you're feeling. I can feel everything that you bring. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we could talk about Revelations 3:17. Or maybe we could see a movie, or maybe we could see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we could read and feel the breeze and listen to a symphony. Or maybe chill and just be. Or maybe we could take a cruise and listen to the roots. Or maybe eat some passion fruit. Or maybe cry to the blues. Or maybe we could just be silent. Come on, let's take a long walk around the park. Got now. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbalization, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we could talk about something entirely. Or maybe we could see a movie, or maybe we could see a play on Saturday, or maybe we could feel it.
All right, Colette, we gotta end off with Al Jarreau Morning.
No, I don't know if we're gonna end off with Al Jarreau. To
Jarreau
be
Morning?
honest,
No?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You just blew my mind. How can
You know-
Oh my God! Why did you do that to me?
Well, you
Well,
know,
I-
the
when
thing
I-
is
when I-
that when you realize what you need to do and how you need to move, what you find out that things get a little bit easier for you. You're not going upstream as much as you were, but you actually are going with the stream.
Yes.
And that is important. Sometimes you do have to go against the stream because it's something that's never been done before. You're a trailblazer. You're a trendsetter. But once you start to see some of those roadblocks, not even roadblocks, being removed, and you're starting to see that things are getting a little bit easier, you still got to go forward. You still got to go. But what we are going to say from, I always say that community connection creates community connections. And here at Community Connection, we thank Kim Sue Dunn for stopping by
Yes,
and
yes,
being
yes.
a part
Yes.
because she took it to another level.
Thank you,
And
thank
we
you.
thank you for that. We thank you so very much for it. Chuck, what do you say?
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing. You know, like, I'm very seldom speechless, but the quality of the guests that you have, that you're bringing on, and you're exposing the world to, we appreciate you. So we're giving you your flowers.
Oh, wow.
We're giving-
Thank you
know,
so
we're
very
giving you
much.
your flowers. I
Thank
mean,
you. Thank
because
you.
you know, I read somewhere in a book that said tomorrow's not promised to you. I read that somewhere, so I just want to let you know that we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And yes, Mike, we appreciate you too over there sitting in bed. But yes, and for Kim Sue, you are amazing. Thank you for coming
Thank
out. And we
you.
want to have you back.
Oh yes,
and
please,
yes.
please have me back. Definitely.
How can we get in contact with you?
Please check me out on every social media. Kim Sue Dunn. I made it very easy. Just Kim Sue Dunn in Google. Kim Sue Dunn everywhere. You'll just see me. I'm in your life. I'm in your neighborhood. I'm a concierge lifestyle creator. So come and create your lifestyle. And this month, for Women's History Month, I'm offering free consultations. So come and speak to me about your heart's desires, people. Because maybe you put your heart's desire in a box and put it under the bed. I want to go there with you in that heart's desire, and let's cronk it out. Let's do that.
There you go. Miss
How
Kim
can they
Sue
get
Dunn.
in touch with you?
Please hit me up at Kim Sue Dunn, KimSueHereArt@gmail.com, or just call me 347-946-0089. Like, I'm very simple. Please call me if you feel like, text me if you feel like, 347-946-0089. And you can check out Linktree/Kim Sue Dunn and book yourself a consultation. Let's chat. Let's get your heart's desires manifested.
Do you have a women's group?
I don't yet. I
Okay,
am
I'm just
currently
asking.
building.
Okay, I'm just
I
asking.
love when the prophets are in the building. Y'all know the prophets help you to profit. So please understand how your intuition works. When God set you up, he'll put a prophet. Y'all see how it works. I'm not pretending.
Did that just get splashed? Splashed with my cologne.
Listen, if y'all don't know, I call this level of love and this level of community, I chant for it. So when it shows up, I expect God in these ways. So thank you. I'm so humbled and so grateful to come and share with your community and to share what big love and togetherness can do. And I appreciate you for definitely hanging in there during a pandemic, because I tell you what, all of the people that were in the fiery furnace during that pandemic time, that covert mission time, that came out and was like, I don't really care what it looked like. This is something I want to do. I'm going to hold on. I celebrate y'all today. I celebrate everyone that was like, I don't care what it looks like, because it'll take that every day.
So as the first day of spring, take those ideas, that box that you're talking about, pull it out, unfold it, open it up, let it grow. Add the, we've already had enough manure. Let's add some sun. Let's add some water. Let's add some words of information, some words of affirmation. And let's get those ideas.
Let's trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yes.
Got it.
Right. A lot of times we try to fight against the process. There is always a process for everything. Remember that.
Success has rules.
And it leaves behind clues.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Colette. Thank you. Until next week.
Yes.
Have a great week, a joyous week, a prosperous week, and a better week than it was the week prior before.
Joan Cato says, thank you, Colette, Boston, and crew. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. And then Wendy Spencer says, blessings, guys. And Winston Granada says, good night, just joining. And, you know, what I'm going to say to you guys is this. Live your dreams. Don't begin now to live your dreams. Don't wait until later. Later never comes. It just gets later and later and later until it's so dark that you can't even see it anymore. So make sure that whatever is birthing in you, that you try and make it come forth and do the best that you can with it. Know that we love you and that we're here for you. And thank you again for joining us on Community Connection. This is Colette signing off, saying be well and do well.
A movie is in the making. Saturday, March 25th, it's going down inside the Woodbine Ballroom at 2281 Church Avenue, Brooklyn. Lady Doris meets Three Score. Lady Doris from the Hills Restaurant celebrates her 60th birthday. Harlem Night, all black birthday ball. Rock your black and forward. That's DJ Ronnie, DJ Flex, and other DJs. David One Man Band and a special guest will be in the building. Doors open at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $30. Get them at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11203. For more information, call Lady Doris on 347-268-1108. Remember, Saturday, March 25th is the day. Don't be late. Forward, congratulate, and appreciate. A movie is in the making. Saturday, March 25th, it's going down inside the Woodbine Ballroom at 2281 Church Avenue, Brooklyn. Lady Doris meets Three Score. Lady Doris from the Hills Restaurant celebrates her 60th birthday. Harlem Night, all black birthday ball. Rock your black and forward. That's DJ Ronnie, DJ Flex, and other DJs. David One Man Band and a special guest will be in the building. Doors open at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $30. Get them at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11203. For more information, call Lady Doris on 347-268-1108. Remember, Saturday, March 25th is the day. Don't be late. Forward, congratulate, and appreciate. A movie is in the making. Saturday, March 25th, it's going down inside the Woodbine Ballroom at 2281 Church Avenue, Brooklyn. Lady Doris meets Three Score. Lady Doris from the Hills Restaurant celebrates her 60th birthday. Harlem Night, all black birthday ball. Rock your black and forward. That's DJ Ronnie, DJ Flex, and other DJs. David One Man Band and a special guest will be in the building. Doors open at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $30. Get them at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11203. For more information, call Lady Doris on 347-268-1108. Member, Saturday, March 25th is the day. Don't be late. Forward, congratulate, and appreciate. A movie is in the making. Saturday, March 25th, it's going down inside the Woodbine Ballroom at 2281 Church Avenue, Brooklyn. Lady Doris meets Three Score. Lady Doris from the Hills Restaurant celebrates her 60th birthday. Harlem Night, all black birthday ball. Rock your black and forward. That's DJ Ronnie, DJ Flex, and other DJs. David One Man Band and a special guest will be in the building. Doors open at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $30. Get them at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11203. For more information, call Lady Doris on 347-268-1108. Member, Saturday, March 25th is the day. Don't be late. Forward, congratulate, and appreciate. A movie is in the making. Saturday, March 25th, it's going down inside the Woodbine Ballroom at 2281 Church Avenue, Brooklyn. Lady Doris meets Three Score. Lady Doris from the Hills Restaurant celebrates her 60th birthday. Harlem Night, all black birthday ball. Rock your black and forward. That's DJ Ronnie, DJ Flex, and other DJs. David One Man Band and a special guest will be in the building. Doors open at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $30. Get them at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11203. For more information, call Lady Doris on 347-268-1108. Member, Saturday, March 25th is the day. Don't be late. Forward, congratulate, and appreciate. A movie is in the making. Saturday, March 25th, it's going down inside the Woodbine Ballroom at 2281 Church Avenue, Brooklyn. Lady Doris meets Three Score. Lady Doris from the Hills Restaurant celebrates her 60th birthday. Harlem Night, all black birthday ball. Rock your black and forward. That's DJ Ronnie, DJ Flex, and other DJs. David One Man Band and a special guest will be in the building. Doors open at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $30. Get them at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11203. For more information, call Lady Doris on 347-268-1108. Member, Saturday, March 25th is...